So what does this mean? That as a teacher we are asked to write a paper, because unless we write a paper we will not get the academic from academic level 10 to academic level 11. We will not get the promotion. And from academic level 11 and academic level 12 we will not get it unless we write some kind of paper. And you see that you are now, as of today, we have to write a paper in the Scopus Index Journal or in UGC listed journal. Take for example in my own discipline. I am from library information science background. We have 30,000 libraries in India, 30,000, and 500 teachers in library information science in India. That is the rough estimates. And we have only 8 UGC listed journals in library information science. What does this simply mean? It simply means if you are going to submit a paper today, most probably after 2 to 3 years after that period, mostly your article will be published. So now, if you are thinking of the promotion, or when you are interested to go from college to university level at any moment of time, you have to prepare now itself. And to prepare now itself, you need some spare time. For your own professional well-being, you need some spare time. And when you get the spare time, you are already overburdened with work, different kind of administrative job or different kind of teaching job. You need to have 4 or 5 classes in colleges. In case of university, we are fortunate that we need to have only 2 classes in a particular day. In one day, we used to have only 2 classes in a single day. But in case of college, the scenario is not this way. Okay? So you need to find some time for yourself, for your own professional benefit and as well as the benefit of the students and research scholars of the future generation. And because unless you progress yourself, you will not be much useful to your own student and research. And for that, you need to find some time. And how you can do to save time? By adopting different kind of online tools. If you are stick to the traditional tool, most probably you will not be able to find the leisure time. You will not be able to find a time which is needed for your own professional development. So you have to find it over online. You have to do much of the job online, which will save you time, and that save time you can devote to your own professional development. So today in our talk, mostly I will cover only 2 things, but you are free to ask any other question, most probably which will come into your mind, and please feel humbly. Okay? I am coming to you and I am saying that please feel free or humbly. So I will mostly restrict it to myself to the Google form and Google quiz. I am sure that most of the young teachers, mostly they are already using the Google quiz or Google form. So what is my basic intention? My basic intention is that you have roughly 100 students for which you need to submit internal evaluation mark each year. And mostly you are given the responsibility to teach the same paper. Am I right?
Yes.
Same paper. Sometimes some minor deviations are there, but almost same paper. So what is my basic intention? My basic intention is that you prepare some of the objective type question on your syllabus that mostly you take as a formal class for BA student or BSc student. Prepare some objective type question, and there are different kind of objective type question. Which are the different kind of objective type question? Mostly you have already qualified UGC main examination and you already know. Still, I am going to cover what are the different kind of objective type question and why different types of questions are asked in UGC NET or any other competitive examination. Which generally all used to say that this is the objective question, but objective question have different format. Why we are sometimes asked simple objective type question? Why we are sometimes asked checkbox type question? Why we are sometimes asked matching list, different kind of list? Why these questions are asked? Because these will test different kind of knowledge of the students. So we are going to prepare such a question bank for us, and we are going to put it in the Google form, or you can say the Google quiz. And later on, how will you do it? In case of traditional examination system, please remember that why there are lots of students used to do the malpractice in examination. Why it's happened? As because you provide enough time for the students. Out of 100 marks, you are allotting 3 hours complete. You see the national level examination, international level examination. In no examination, For 100 marks, 3 hours is allotted, and you are going to allot 3 hours. So why? What they will do? Because a brilliant student, mostly that he or she will be able to complete the 100-mark question in 1.5 hour. So other time, what he or she will do? He is supposed to do. He will definitely talk with other friends. Mostly there are some questions in which he or she have some kind of doubt. He will ask the other nearby student. So what we are going to do? We are going to have the examination in objective type questions through Google quiz, and we are going to provide very minimum time to the students, so that even they will not find to ask the answer to even their nearby colleague. So this way we are going to get the response, and the system by default the system will automatically evaluate what is their score, and directly that score we are going to copy, or sometimes we can have some portion of mark from their tendency. Okay? Like for example, 2 or 3 students are very good at attending almost all classes. So we should at least provide 1 or 2 additional marks to those kind of students. So that we are going to add it, and we are going to submit it as an internal evaluation, internal examination mark. This way, what we are going to do? We are going to save a lot of our time. Unless otherwise, what will happen? You need to set the descriptive questions for each of the semester. Setting the question paper in descriptive question is very easy. You all know it. What is the hardest part? The hardest part is evaluation. When you need to set this question, okay, 50 or 100 or 150 that question, when you need to set it one by one, it will take too much of your time and effort. So we are going to skip those kind of things. Definitely we are going to have 1 or 2 descriptive questions also for the students, but that will again going to evaluate, and the marks for this question we are going to provide in the Google quizzes. So with your due permission, let me share my PPT. So these are some of the content that I am going to cover. Do you have any question? Till now, any question? So we are going to have the preparation for examination. Preparing for examination not from the students end, but as a teacher, how we are going to prepare, okay, for the examination. Then what are the different types of questions in examination that generally asked in the national level or international level examination? Then we will have the glimpse of Google form. I will not confine to the theoretical discussion only. We will do the practice. So from here, from this classroom, you will have access to the internet, because there is some kind of area in our college or university from where it is very difficult to get connected to the internet. With this room, whether we can get the internet connection? So that's a good point. So we'll start from the mobile devices then, as because we don't have the computer in front of us. Then example from some real application, how other people are using this kind of facilities. Then I will not go through the activities, because some questions are already been collected from my end. I think these questions are going to be asked to you in the form of your evaluation. So I am not going to that activity. I am not going to cover the activity for the participant. And lastly, question and answer session. So in preparing for examination, there is a saying that you should have a balance between the theory, between the objective and descriptive. In our college and university, all questions are descriptive. Only a few questions are objective type. And you see the national and international scenario. You go everywhere. You will see only objective type question, and you will not able to find descriptive question. So why not put some emphasis to prepare our students for the future, so that we can throw most of the objective type question to them, and they can accordingly prepare it for your life by going through that question, prepare for their life. Otherwise, what will happen? We are asking each of the students to describe this one, describe this one. When we are asking the student describe this one, even at least one thing is known to that particular student. Out of this one thing, the students can write 4 or 5 lines. But when it will be the objective type, unless these things is not known to the student, they will not be able to answer the answer. So we are asking all the students, okay, go to descriptive, your examination will be in the descriptive, and when they will face in the real life, according to these are easy students, when you know that when for example you are interested to work as an assistant professor, or that kind of position in any kind of college or university, you have to attend the UGC NET also. So that is very soon going to be advertised by our select commission very soon. So kindly, you are from which semester? First semester, all first semester. Third semester. So from which year you generally used to attend the examination? UGC NET examination? Second. No, they usually take it, or they already know that they need to attend that kind of.
They know, sir. We have exercise.
Because if you see our university, my own department, our all second semester students are going to attend UGC NET and STEM. And believe me, at least 2 students will be able to qualify during the second semester itself. You see our library information science statistics, at least 2 students from the second semester. I am not talking about the third and fourth semester. Even from the second semester, they are going to qualify in the UGC NET examination. And you know, when you are going to get higher mark in UGC NET or maybe CSI NET based on your whether you are from arts and science background, then